Chris, can you talk a little bit about your book and the
Yeah.
process of writing it and all that? Ryan's written books, so he understands that, the usefulness of it from as a, business card and SEO and all the things. But I know it's probably something that everyone's sort of like, how do you get started on that?
Thank you so much for the question, Brittany. That's an awesome question. So I'm going to answer that. So we talk about brand building. What I also try to do is elevate authority. I learned this from Dan Kennedy. I really learned a lot from Ben Glass. Anyone here follow Ben Glass? Awesome. A lot of heads. No, okay. Ben Glass is wonderful. He changed my whole career. He learned a lot from Dan Kennedy, and he talks about, building authority. So I wrote a book, not to like hustle for cases, but just because I had that desire. So I have a friend in Long Island, he's a PI lawyer named Neil Goldstein, and he wrote a memoir about his struggles. And I thought, shit, I could write a book. And so I did the hard way. I wrote it myself. I wrote the book and I hired a coach, and the coach was like, this is shit. We're going to rewrite this. I'm like, oh my God, killing me. So she kicked my ass up and down the street, and I now have an actual book. So Brittany, we mail this to every single new client who signs up at the firm, and they're going to either like it or not. And that's the whole point. I don't want to be in the middle. I want to be, you're with me or not. There's no gray area here. And I go to conferences. At the Best Air conference, I'm gonna, sprinkle those around the room free of charge. Hey, Brittany, here, please check out my book. Right? It's a wonderful differentiator, because not many lawyers have written a book. Ryan has written books, right? It just puts you in a rare class. So how can you narrow down the class of lawyer you are? Are you just like a lot of different lawyers, or are you kind of really different? So I'm just trying to stand out. And I thought, shit, like my story's pretty effed up. I think I should write a book about it and see what happens. And I actually kind of held back. It could have been much more real, but I sort of like, but you have that for life. You have that for your whole career, that evergreen content, and it puts you in a different category. You've further separated yourself from other lawyers. Like I barely got into law school. I had to hustle to pass the bar, but I have a decent story. I'm like, shit, okay, put that out there. Because if you try to help and give value to the universe, you'll get rewarded, I feel like. So the book has been a game changer. I send out 200 copies a year, just constantly distributing that. I think I sent it to 100. I think, yeah. So I sent to a
Yeah.
shit ton of lawyers. Of
Yeah. I appreciate it. So
course, man. Of course. But yeah, really good question. I think the key is to do the really hard work, right? Ryan, I know you talk about this, right? Like doing stuff that's really freaking hard and staying with it and being willing to do that stuff for a long period of time. I think because everyone here is growth oriented. That's why you showed up for this call today. And good for you for doing that. You could have been doing legal work, but you're here to get to put our minds together and get better. I think that's crucial, is to always be getting better, improving. But the book has been a game changer for sure.
yeah, books are great for anybody out there. It doesn't have to be a huge book. I mean, Chris's book is smaller. It just has to add value in some which way. And if you are able to add value, like that's just so tremendous.